I am on a 6-week losing streak. Can you believe it? I'll tell you this, just so you know, you're not alone. It doesn't matter where you are in your career, these things are gonna happen. It's really not about how hard you fall, it's about how fast you get back up. Yeah, I'm on a 6-week losing streak. There's no better way to tackle the market than to be fully accountable. The lack of transparency is widely fraught in this industry. It is absolutely disgusting, and I don't think it serves anyone any good. Let's look into my trading journal. This is my 2025 year so far. The year, for me, it started off hot. I had a $31,000 month in January with a 72.9% win rate. That was good. Moving on to February, $24,000 with a 55% win rate. Still decent for me. And then the losing streak begins. You can see towards the end of March, I start the process of having down weeks. Like, I didn't have a red week before the end of March. Then I have 2 consecutive back-to-back ones, and then 4 consecutive red weeks in April so far. This week isn't over, but as of right now, I do stand at a $4,500 loss. Relative to the total amount that I've made, it's really not that bad. I mean, 10,000 for the month right now and 6,000-ish, maybe 7 in the last 2 weeks of March. It was still a green month, but you know, if you just add that all together, we're down roughly somewhere between 15 and 18,000. It's not the dollar amount that really concerns me. I really know how trading works, and that money can be made back quite quickly with my strategies and the way that I play them. The part that hurts the most is I have this line from Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. It's right before the Russian girl stabs a Batman right in the hip, and she goes,
"It's the slow knife that cuts deepest."
So there's 2 different types of losses you can take, right? You can take one really nasty loss where maybe you added to a loser, things got out of hand, and you essentially blew up a big portion of your account. And that's one way to take a big dent in your P&L. And the other way is death by this slow bleeding knife, where it's like every week you try to get it together, and you know, every week feels like the last week, feels like the last week, feels like the last week. And when you're not making progress in the market, that's when a lot of negativity starts to come down emotionally. And I always say this, like, trading patterns, that's some of the easiest stuff to recognize in the market. The hard part is the mentality. The hard part is to build the discipline to not make things worse, to size down if you have to size down, to stay in your lane and not start randomly trying to gamble or get your money back. When we're in a drawdown, when we're going through something like this, the most important thing is to focus up, is to protect, and is to keep a positive mindset moving forward.
Ever dreamed of trading like one of the Clovers? Well, it all starts with choosing the right broker. Clover Trading and Cobra have teamed up to supercharge your trading experience. By clicking below, you'll unlock the power of Cobra Prime. We're talking top-tier trading tools, saving you hundreds of dollars. Get ahead with real-time scanners, cutting-edge news, 30 days of commission-free trading, 30 days of free DAS software, 60 days free of Ask Edgar, and so much more. Imagine all that, plus superior short inventory, personalized support, and interest on your idle funds. But it doesn't stop there. Cobra offers competitive pricing on locates and commissions that fit your trading style, with the ability to trade stocks, futures, options, and other products. If you're under the pattern day trading rule, Cobra has a unique solution for you. Venom, a platform designed for traders with smaller accounts to go long or short on small and mid-cap stocks. Ready to elevate your trading game and save big? Click the link below to access exclusive deals only available through Clover Trading and Cobra.
Some of the things that I've noticed while I've been trading, just to give you guys some insight into what I'm doing every day and how I'm overcoming this, is you review. You don't run away from your problems, you run with them. I'm reviewing every single day, and one thing that I have noticed is that my losers are bigger than my winners, and that is predominantly due to some sizing I have going on with some of my patterns. The first thing I did, as I'm losing, I don't want to add fuel to the fire. I want to pull back a little bit, pull back on the reins, and make sure that I find my consistency again before I start bringing my size back up. So I've definitely downsized to a point where all my patterns are at equal risks. I'm no longer risking, I think on some trades, I was risking closer to $8,000, and I'm more close to $2,000 across all patterns, just sizing down until I find that consistency again. What does consistency look like for me? When was the last time I had 2 consecutive red weeks in a row? We have to go back to last year. And if we're looking, December, all green, November, 2 green, 2 red, but they weren't consecutive. October, 4 green, etc., etc. And I have to go all the way back to May to find 2 consecutive red weeks in a row. So that's a pretty good spree. And it's not that 2 red weeks in a row really dictate consistency or not consistency, but until I can get back to like 75% of my weeks being green, I'm going to stay small size. I'm going to size down just so I can survive, right? The most important thing is to survive and not let your emotions get the best of you and get angry at the market, right? The problem isn't the market. The problem is usually myself. So taking accountability here. Another thing that I've been doing wrong is I am fearful right now because I'm on a losing streak when profits start going in my direction. So I'm not letting my winners run. I have a fear of losing unrealized profits, which in my opinion, that is not the way to be consistently profitable. I mean, this game is all about risk reward. And when you have a good fish on the hook, you got to reel that son of a bee in. Important for me is to allow those monster winners to be the monster winners and not cut them short and not be fearful, especially when stocks are going in my direction. If it's going against me, fine, I can be fearful. I can cut a loss. I'm certainly not adding when a stock is going against me, but when it's in my favor, I should be thinking contra to that type of perspective. I should be wanting to add to a winner, wanting to let my winners run and allow that winner to pay me in the best way that it can. So I got to get better at doing that. And that's something that I really want to get better at, for the remainder of this month and for always when I'm trading. That is the mentality to have. Last but not least, I want to leave you guys off with a book. So oftentimes when I get into trading slumps, it's not that I've been doing this for 10 years. It's not that there's like any type of information that I really need to learn about the market. I mean, I need to know what's going wrong in my trading and what's causing this problem. But again, like you want to stay motivated, you want to stay positive, and you want to continue to grow and get 1% better. So often what I do is I start digging into books and I start reading trading books and hearing about, some of the guys, and maybe they don't trade the same things I do, but some of the masters that have come before us that have written books and like kind of like biographies, like I want to hear about them. I want to get motivated. I want to remember that it's possible and it's not as hard generally as we make it seem. So the book that I've been reading this week, maybe you guys want to pick it up. Maybe it's a good suggestion for you. It's called The Best Loser Wins. I just have it up here. Tom Hougaard. I've been reading this lately. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. It's definitely, talks about what does the, 5 or 10% that make it in this market, what do they do different that the rest of everyone doesn't do different? And it's mainly focused on like, look, we all have the same tools. We all have the same charts. We all can draw the same lines that support resistance. We all have the same studies, VWAP, moving averages, whatever. It's not necessarily in the charts. It's not necessarily in the studies that separates a successful trader from a non-successful trader. It really comes down to mindset. So if you can master that mindset and master the patterns, that's where you're going to find consistency. Mindset, you're going to find a lot of that stuff in books and in webinars at Clover Trading. And if you want to learn more about some small cap patterns, that's what we teach over at clovertrading.io. We'd love to see you there. But if you're just here for the information on YouTube, like, subscribe. We'll see you for the next video.